2, 1. Hey, everybody.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome.
Here we are for game number 2. Did you ever think you'd get here?
Game number 2. Olympians, Marauders. Joey, let me ask you real quick. What did you think of last night's game?
I really enjoyed last night's game a lot, especially since I picked the Marauders to win that one. That was a big help in my enjoyment of the game.
Oh, yeah, you did, yes.
But you know what? When they got the 2-0 lead in the beginning, I thought, okay, this would be good. But when they really piled them on later, it became exciting. Even though the game wasn't close as far as score, it was still really good. Still a really good contest, and made me feel pretty good about what the rest of the series might have in store. So that's exciting.
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, it was pretty interesting. If you're joining us for the first time here on Geek Cheese on Twitch or on YouTube, and you didn't get a chance to watch last night's game, of course it's up on YouTube right now, so you can always go back and watch it if you'd like. But spoiler alert, Marauders won 7-0, and you know, that's a big win. That's a huge win. They were up 2-0 until the bottom of the 5th. They scored 5 runs, and you know, that was pretty much it. Raymundo Gordon pitched very well. Finley Oldham did not for the Olympians. Of course, he's injured, so that has definitely something to do with it. He was he was definitely impacted by that. His velocity was down, so that's how that worked out. I mean, last night's game too, we look at it. Joy Trickster was 1 for 2. Liam Bowles was 1 for 2 on the Olympian side, and those are the only 2 hits that they got. Not a lot of offense. A lot of balls in play last night. Or Raymundo Gordon, a lot of ground ball outs, especially early in the game. So that was happening. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, nothing really happening on the Olympian side. I was just really, really, really disappointed that they were coming so hot out of that series against the Steamrollers that thought that things would kind of heat up for them, but apparently not. On the Marauders side, we had Liu with a hit, Fuller was 2 for 3, Quinto had a hit, Wilder Plow was 2 for 3, and then the big hits last night came from Julian Park, who's 1 for 2, of course, with that 3-run homer. And also Tater Pepperoni's T-Pep 1 for 3 last night with that 458-foot atomic bomb to dead center field.
Is that the one that almost hit the Orcas? Yeah, that was a good shot.
It was pretty good. And you know what? Speaking of Whalers too, I wanna let you all know, Geek Cheese and our Cheese League baseball fans, I do have news on moves happening here in the off-season. I received word that Lennox Rago of the Whalers has chosen to retire. So Whalers will be looking for a catcher in the off-season. So something.
Did we see that coming? Did we see that coming?
There was whispers of Rago retiring. He's definitely the oldest player in Cheese League baseball. So
I guess it makes sense.
So
yeah.
So that's how we could tell. So that is news. But yeah, Pepperoni's almost hit the Whales last night. So
that's right. I'll never forget that shot.
Tank. Actually, no, it's not. Sorry, I was gonna say it may be the longest home run hit in Cheese League baseball, but I can tell you right now it's not, because I remember Joy Trickster game number 1 or 2. Joy Trickster hit a 462-foot bomb in dead center field, actually against the Whalers. So it was over the hitter's eye. I do remember that. I remember not knowing how to express my excitement for a fake home run. It was very early on, folks.
Maybe Joy Trickster will bring out some of that heat.
I mean, yeah. Let's see. You know, again, she had 1 hit last night, but we shall see. I'll give you all a preview here of the pitchers for this evening. Ariela Fuentes gets the start for the Olympians. She got the no decision, and let me grab my. Oh my gosh, I have notes falling all over the place. Ariela Fuentes got the no decision in the game, game number 2 against the Steamrollers. Of course, that game, Kurt Johnston had the 2-run home run walk-off against the Olympians. So she got the no decision. Nonetheless, she has a 2.08 ERA here in the playoffs, so that is pretty darn good. Regular season, she is 1-1 with 14 Ks. So this is interesting here too, folks. So Brock Farley, who's the starter this evening for the Marauders, he started, of course, game number 1 for the Marauders against the Rampage. He got the no decision in that game. Sports a 2.25 ERA here in the playoffs, so pretty evenly matched with Fuentes. 3-2 in the season, 2.63 ERA in the season, but had 20 strikeouts, so more of a strikeout pitcher.
Yeah.
So, but they're pretty evenly matched in terms of ERA, so I'm thinking we might end up with another pitcher's duel. Like last night, kind of seemed like a pitcher's duel. We're going to have something like that happening. But then, of course, the Marauders' big bats came up. So that's what we had. That's what we got. I don't know what else to say.
What do you what are you thinking? Do you have any gut feelings for who might come out on top this evening?
Well,
Who might?
my I wish I had a graphic for this. This would be perfect. My keys to the game, I guess you could say.
Yes.
As they do in many
I'm making a note right now. We're coming up with a graphic for keys to the game. Okay.
in many casts. So, I mean, keys to the game for the Olympians, you have to get your offense hitting. Absolutely have to get the offense hitting. You know, Joy Trickster is hitting great so far in the playoffs. Liam Bowles is, you know, hitting pretty well so far in the playoffs. And like he hasn't really done much all year, but he at least got a hit last night. You know, you look at from the earlier series from the Rollers, Bernal have 4 RBIs, hitting 455. Trickster's hitting 417. Neil Shaw had 4 RBIs, a homer, hitting 400. Those are 3 big names right there that need to start. Well, Trickster had a hit last night, but Bernal and Shaw need to start hitting. So it's all about their offense. Gertie Booper has been abysmal this playoff season. She needs to actually hit the ball. Spencer Panada has been pretty terrible as well. He needs to hit the ball. So keys to the game for the Olympians is definitely run support for their pitchers. We saw them kind of struggle with that. You know, in game number 1 against the Rollers, they won that game, but they won it 1-0.
Yeah.
For Ariela Fuentes, I mentioned in game number 2, they lost that game. They lost 5-4, so they couldn't hold down that lead. They could have got some extra insurance runs. Olympians won 3-2 in game number 3 of that series. So again, it's just they need to get run support for their pitchers. That's the key to the game for sure for the Olympians. Now on the Marauders side, honestly, they're doing everything right, and it's really, really difficult to say what they can improve upon. I would say that if they're big hitters, you know, if we see Fuller continue to play well, Wilder Plows again continue to play well, some people stepping up like Park and Pepperonis and getting timely hits, that's fantastic. The only concern I have for the Marauders right now is their bullpen. I am not 100% sold on all of their bullpen pitchers right now. I know Von Crum has come out of the bullpen quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we saw him last night. So actually, I think he even got the save last night or something. But the bullpen is my only worry here for for the Marauders, Olympians have Blaze in their bullpen and Moises Mercado. I feel pretty confident in those folks. So if the game comes down to it, comes very close, and we have Marauders, Olympians, it's like a 1-2 run game. Marauders are up. You know, if you can get to their closer, I believe Mira Williams is their closer. If you get to that closer, then it's great. They're gravy. It's lights out. But yeah, that bullpen, that stretch, concerns me.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I'll tell you, I'm leaning towards the Marauders just for a lot of the reasons that you stated, but also just coming off of that win, you know, still playing in the same field.
Home turf. Yep.
Home turf. I would like to see some big things from Joy Trickster. I'd like to see her come out swinging, but I'd also like to see some big plays from Gertie Booper. I mean, these are two names we've heard all season, and we're excited. I was at least excited every time I heard the names because they're cool names. But
yes, they are.
You know, I would like to see them give us a reason to say their cool names a lot more often. So, looking forward to hopefully seeing some bigger things from them this game, and maybe make it a little bit of a tighter contest. But I'm still holding the Marauders as the winners of this one.
Yeah, I think I concur at this point. Marauders have a little bit more of the advantage. Again, in the regular season, they won 3 of the 4 games that they played against the Olympians. They just kind of have the Olympians' number at this point. And, I mean, it's not to say that teams can't chip away at the Marauders. We saw in the Rampage Marauders series, the semifinals, of course, they won Game 2 6-5. They won Game 3 7-4. So those are tighter contests than, of course, the 7-0 blowout that we saw last night. So if you can chip away, if the Olympians can get those timely hits, clutch hits, that's what we need. That's what we're looking for. I remember back in the day, oh my gosh, what is his name? Luis Soho for the New York Yankees back in the day, utility infielder, and he was the most clutch hitter in the playoffs. He'd just come off the bench and immediately something would happen. He would get a hit, walk, you know, something would happen whenever Luis Soho came in that pinch hit situation. So that's what you need. You need just clutch players to come up big for you.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely need a Soho.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Luis Soho. Funny guy. My mom used to love Luis Soho. She always used to. She's like, oh, Luis Soho. I think he's actually a coach now too. So,
I was gonna say, I think I have a couple of his cards somewhere.
Quick funny anecdote. I can't take credit for this anecdote. A person that I work with is a huge baseball fan, huge Yankee fan, and he actually has like VIP access into the Yankee games. And back in the day, Luis Soho, when he was a big name, he went out and went to the game and saw all the players and all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the game, he was walking out to his car, and he sees this couple arguing, and there's a child standing next to them. He's like, what's going on here? He walks over. It's Luis Soho, and him and his wife are arguing because he had locked his keys in his car.
So he was a playmaker on the field, but maybe in other areas of life, a little forgetful.
Yeah, maybe. I always love that anecdote. That's a good one.
That's pretty funny. That's good stuff.
I wish I had good anecdotes. The only anecdote I have is I went to see J Hap rehab in Scranton, and I remember asking him for his autograph with my little cousin, and my cousin's like this little girl handing out and goes, "Please, sir, can I have your autograph?" Like Oliver, "Please, sir, can I have another, or can I have some more or something?" And yeah, he just goes, "Not right now." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Thank you, J Hap."
Not right now.
So mad. But Mike Zagurski, if you look up Mike Zagurski, this guy, he's a relief pitcher for the Phillies in 2009, 2008. He has a World Series ring. Freaking Mike Zagurski. He looks like Jonah Hill. He looks like a fat 12-year-old. He has a ring. He signed autographs that day, I'll tell you that.
Heck yeah, he did.
All right, well,
that's funny.
We are just about at that time.
We are.
And we're going to switch over, folks. And give me one moment. I'm going to mute myself, and then I will...
see you back here after the game, then.
Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, well, that was a quick turnover, huh? Hey, everyone, welcome back. Cheese League Baseball, game number 2 here of the Cheese Cup Series. Thank you so much again for joining us. Cannot thank all of our Cheese League fans enough out there. Cannot thank Metalhead Software Inc., Super Mega Baseball 3 for existing in this world and making all of this happen. It's a beautiful game, it's a brilliant game, and I absolutely love it. So, here we are, Cheese League Baseball, Cheese Cup Series, game number 2, of course. Marauders lead at 1-0. If you just saw the pregame show, keys for the Olympians actually getting hits and scoring runs, and key for the Marauders. Maybe tighten up that transition between bullpen and your closer. Otherwise, they've been hitting the heck out of the ball. So we are going to jump right into it. Here we go. Of course, we're back at the Emerald Diamond, the home of the Marauders. And I'm going to... There we got the lineups. Oh, a lot of movement in those lineups. Actually, maybe Marty Hull moved down a little bit. He was hitting number 3 yesterday, so we'll have Bernal, Booper, and Mullins up 1, 2, 3 to lead it off here. And there's the first pitch from Farley, the lefty hurler. And it's 1-1 to Bernal. Of course, Bernal hitting 357, didn't have a hit at all. But that one's hit into the gap. That's going to be extra bases for sure. Fuller fields, and he's going for 3. He's in there with a lead-off triple. And that's one way to start the game. Here is Gertie Booper. 0-2. And, ooh, a little dribbler. Pepperoni's fields, fires. First out, but the run comes home. The Olympians lead it 1-0. Ellie Mullins steps in. Ball outside as I switch things up here in the booth. 2-1. Popped up. Is that going to get... let's see. No, Park is there. Catch it for out number 2. And here's Joy Trickster. She had one of the 2 hits that the Olympians registered last night. That one is hit very high. She just missed that one. And there's the final out. The Olympians strike first as we get a really great shot of the harbor. Ferris wheel and the whales. They're a beautiful emerald diamond. And Stetson Fuller leads it off here for the home team and quickly gets a base hit up the middle. Fuller was 2 for 3 last night, so he's hitting hot. Here's Lila Quinto. Quinto is one of those players for the Marauders that really needs to step it up and get hot. Very good speed on base pass too, but you got a lefty on the mound, so you got to be careful. That's outside. I didn't realize we have 2 lefties tonight. How about that? That one kind of floated up there. Big curve ball. And Bernal is there for the first out. Here's Xerox Liu, hitting 429. He had a hit. He was 1 for 4 last night. Here's a strike. And nub to Fuentes. She can only go to first. They get the second out. Runner advances. And that brings up Joaquin Buck. The runner on second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And Buck swings the first pitch. Hull is there. Barely had to get out of the crouch. And that's how the first inning ends. We're going to have Hull leading it off here in the top of the second for the Olympians. Take a look here at Farley, too. 4-seamer, 2-seamer. Curveball and changeup.
No, inside.
From the southpaw. 2-0. And now 2-1. And 2-2 to Hull. And oof. Marty Hull missed that by a mile. And his woes continue at the plate. I thought for sure we were actually going to see a backup catcher tonight, but apparently not. 1-1 now on Panada, who's been struggling as well this whole playoff season.
Ball inside.
He's got himself 3-1, good hitters count here.
Take your base.
And he's walked. So Panada is walked.
Now batting the center fielder, number 20.
Here's Neil Shaw. Runner on first, a little above average runner, I'd say.
That's inside.
And there's the 2, or now here's the 2-1 pitch, and goes. And safe. Wow, 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 wow. Definitely stole that on the catcher, as that one's grounded to Quinto. There's out number 2. The runner advances to third. And here's Werner foul. So the Olympians getting runners on base, that's for sure, but there's out number 3. They are swinging away today. I think they're looking at less pitches and just getting up there and seeing, you know, pick a fastball, especially if you're a righty hitting righty and you got a lefty hurler. Pick a fastball and just hit it. And here's McLongthrob. And that is a base hit up the middle. McLongthrob actually didn't have a hit last game, so that is her first hit of this Cheese Cup series.
Number 29.
Here's Gentry. Of course, McLongthrob runs very well, but again, you have to watch out with the lefty on the mound. And there's the pickoff move, safe. Crowd didn't like it. Big, big looping hook there. High Cheddar gets her to pop up. And here is Wilder Plows now. Stepping in with 1 out, runner on first. Plows 2 for 3 in last night's contest. And the 0-2.
No, inside.
Ball way inside.
Nope, that's high.
And a base hit up the middle. Plows gets the base hit. We now have runners on first and second. And here's Julian Park. He hit a 3-run homer last night. There's the strike.
Ball outside.
1-1.
No, high.
And now the 2-1. Runners with very, very good speed on the base pass here from the Marauders. 2-2 pitch.
Ball outside.
And full count. And see if they can turn 2. Bowles to Mullins. And safe at first.
Now batting the second baseman.
So count that as what, a 5-4 putout. And we have runners in the corners for Tater Pepperonis, who hit an absolute tank last night, 458 feet. And he swings through that one. Leaves runners in scoring position. So the Marauders leave a pair of runners on. We go to the top of the third now.
The third baseman.
And Liam Bowles steps in.
28.
Number 9 hitter. 9, 1, and 2 due up. And that one is hit. Is that going to drop in? No, it doesn't. Fuller catches it. Just a
Now batting.
basket
The
catch
right
out there.
fielder,
Remember, kids, if you're
number
playing at home,
19.
if it's above your waist, you put your thumbs together, below your waist, pinkies together. That's how we catch the ball. 1-1 here, Bernal, leadoff hitter. Actually led the game off with a hit. There's a foul ball. 1-2. And got him. 89 mile an hour. It looked like maybe that was the two-seamer.
Number 11.
Down and in on Bernal. There's Cooper. 2 outs in the top of the third. The 1-2 pitch and got her. Called third strike. And the Marauders are going to have top of the order coming up. Here's Stetson Fuller. He's 1 for 1 so far with the single.
Nope. Inside.
Fuller's having a heck of a series too. He's hitting 667, 2 RBIs. I mean, just getting hits and getting on base is important. 1-2. And that one, oh, past the diving Panada. Into right field.
Now batting the first baseman.
So Fuller is on first, and he runs well. Here's Lila Quinto. And they check on him. Slides it safely. Foul ball. 0-1.
No, that's
And
high.
now 1-1. And, oh, they got him. They caught him leaning. And he's caught in a rundown. And it looks like Booper's going to tag him out. And a real missed opportunity there for the Marauders.
Nope, that's
And
inside.
that one gets away from Hull. It's 3-1.
That's ball 4.
And Quinto has walked.
Now batting the right
So instead of having
fielder,
runners on
number
first and second, now we have a runner on first, 1 out. Xerox Liu steps in.
Ball outside.
And 2-1 to Liu. Foul away. 2-2. Popped up. Looks like Panada is going to get there. There's out number 2.
Now
And Joaquin
batting
Buck steps in. 0 for 1 so far today.
fielder, number 47.
That's outside. Low.
And quickly 2 balls for Fuentes. 2-1 now. 46 pitches here in the bottom of the third.
Ball, that's outside.
And full count, that'll send the runner. And that one's hit quite well. And there's a that's a no-doubter into the harbor, out of the actual ballpark. Joaquin Buck, a 2-run jack, 435 feet, second home run, 5th RBI of the playoffs. The Marauders take the 2-1 lead. And here's Raina McLongthrow with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And hit, oh, that by Mullins. I don't know what happened there. Just snuck under a glove.
Now
And
batting
McLongthrow's on with a 2-out single.
number 29.
And here's
Ball, that's
Gentry. So,
inside.
and they check on the runner. Looking on that lefty-on-lefty matchup, maybe get out of this inning here for Fuentes. She's feeling tense now. You see some movement on her stats. Velocity, junk, accuracy down over 50 pitches at this point, too. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and no, they check on the runner again. At this point, you just work the batter. Get out of this inning.
Take your base.
And walked. So, let's see how much longer Fuentes lasts. It's kind of an ugly inning right now for her. here's Wilder Plows, who's been hitting the cover off the ball. And grounds here to Booper across the diamond for the final out. But the Marauders, they get 2 runs here. In the bottom of the 3rd, they lead it 2-1.
Now batting, the second
We go to the
baseman,
4th inning.
number
Ellie Mullins
14.
leads it off. She's 0 for 1 today. And Mullins hits that one quite well. And that one's going to stay in the park. Just missed it. Buck puts it away for the first out. Boy, she just missed that one. Just missed it. And here's Joy Trickster. And quickly 0-2 on Trickster. And got her. Down looking. High cheddar.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16.
Marty Hull steps in 0 for 1. Let's look. Brock Farley.
That's
He is
high.
locked in. No movements on his stats at all. 45 pitches. And that's a base hit up the middle. So Trickster gets a 2-out single. Or I'm sorry, that wasn't Trickster. That was
Now
Marty Hull.
batting, the
Marty
first
Hull gets the
baseman,
2-out single.
number 15.
And here's Spencer Panada. Obviously, no threat to run there at first base. And Panada grounds softly to Farley. And there's the top half of the 4th. We go to the bottom half, 8-9-1. Parker, Pepperonis, and Fuller do up here for the Marauders. Let's see what the Olympians
18.
manager does here this inning. Because, well, Fuentes,
No, that's
see,
low.
look at her stats now. She moved to neutral. Maybe just needed a little bit of a breather in between innings. And that one's hit to Booper.
He's out.
That's the first out.
Now batting,
John,
the second
John says
baseman,
that's game.
number 44.
Never know. It's a close one so far. Tater Pepperoni steps in. He grounds. Oh, that's off of Fuentes. Bowles recovers. No chance to get him.
Now batting, the
And
center
that brings up
fielder,
Fuller.
number
2 for 2.
50.
2 singles. Again, just hitting absolute cover off the
Nope.
ball.
High.
Seems like he's up every inning, doesn't he?
Foul ball.
Pretty good speed there in first
Ball, that's low.
for the Marauders. There's the 2-1. And runner goes. Popped up. That is a 1.5 mile high. Home run in a silo.
He's out.
And Mullins puts it away. Out number 2.
Now batting, the
Here's
first
Quinto.
baseman, number
1
8.
with a walk. And now we're starting to see a lot of movement here
That's low.
on Fuentes. Trending downward, especially in that stamina department. Runner goes. And good throw behind the plate. Marty Hull to get her. Great throw behind the plate. Marty
Now
Hull
batting, the center fielder, number
had a rough
20.
series in terms of offense, but he's a pretty solid defender behind the plate. Here's the bottom part of the order. And that is, oh, Tater Pepperoni snow cones it. Comes up throwing. There's the first out. Pepperonis.
The left fielder,
Pretty solid
number
glove there
46.
at second base. T-Pep. Pop up. Fuller camps under that one. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
Liam
28.
Bowles now steps in. He's 0 for 1. With 2 outs here, top of the 5th. And that's another pop up there to Fuller.
He's out.
And there's out number 3. So the Olympians go down in order. And we're going to have 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Marauders
Now batting,
in front of a packed house here at the
number
Emerald Diamond.
8.
Fuentes still working away. You can see the coloration on the meters is starting to go kind of reddish.
You're out.
With that, though, she strikes out Quinto. Quinto's been struggling mightily.
Fielder, number 4.
At this point, I think this is just to eat innings, too. See how long Fuentes can last. as that one has popped up. Who's going to get it? Boy, is that Gertie Booper? Gertie Booper. Gertie Booper playing left field there, too. And here's Joaquin Buck. He had that absolute monster shot. And instead, he grounds here to Fuentes. And the Marauders go down to the order. So this is a pretty close game here, folks. Go to the top of the 6th. And it's going to be the top of the order up for the Olympians. Bernal, 1 for 2 today.
Ball inside. That's inside.
Notice the difference here. Farley, 55 pitches.
Nope,
Fuentes has like
inside.
70-ish. And there he's working back now, 3-1.
Ball 4.
And ball 4, so he walks Bernal.
Now batting the shortstop.
And that's how
Number
the
11.
top of the 6th starts. Bernal on first. Booper up. Ooh, boy, boy, boy. Change up there. Really had her way out in front. 0-2. And Longthorpe camps under this one.
You're out.
There's out number 1 of this
Now
half of the
batting
inning.
the second baseman, number 14.
Ellie Mullins now. It's a strike. And this could be 2. Here's Gentry to Pepperonis to Quinto. It's the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. And it'll be McLongthorpe, Gentry, and Plows
Now batting.
here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now pitching, number 3.
And we're going to Adam Bugles come in. We've seen him quite a bit here in the playoffs. See a 10.80 ERA, 1.2 whip,
No,
only
inside.
1 strikeout, so velocity's way down. Hoping to
Strike.
calm things down here. And popped up. Crowd thinks that she got all of it. Just got under it.
Now batting
And Shaw puts
the
it away.
shortstop, number 29.
Gentry 0 for 1 with a walk today. And hits that one pretty hard. That's right in. Foul for out number 2. I always used to hate playing the outfield, getting those ones that are hit right in the nose, because sometimes the ball knuckles on you.
Ball. That's inside.
And when it's knuckling on you and it's coming directly at you, it's like it looks like it's going all over the place. And here's Plows, grounded off of Bugles. Hooper recovers, no chance. It's happened a couple of times now for the Olympians.
The catcher,
Here's Julian Park.
number 18.
Very, very good speed here on first base. And he goes right away and steals a bag on Marty Hall.
No, inside.
1-1 now, and pitch out just to see if there's anything happening. Check on the runner, and throw. This close of a game, I don't like that pickoff move at all. I think they actually just might walk Park, maybe.
Ball 4.
And the throw down to third, out. Wow, what a weird play that was. I don't know what was happening there, but the pitch out, they finally got him.
Now batting the designated hitter.
And it's going to be Trickster to lead it off. And Majors goes to third, sure up that defense, and Farley's going to stay in. They're not going to closer. He's going to try to throw the complete game here. 4, 5, and 6, of course, heart of the order for the Olympians. Trickster grounds to Gentry. There's out number 1.
Now batting the catcher,
And here's
number
Marty Hull,
16.
1 for 2 with a single.
No, inside.
Ball inside, trying to tie him up,
Ball high.
especially when you have a lefty on righty matchup. And that one's, wow, Tater Pepperonis.
Now
What an
batting
absolute
the first
catch.
baseman,
Wow, wow.
number 15.
Look at that. Gold glove second baseman Tater Pepperonis.
No, that's inside.
1-1 now.
Oh, outside.
Panada, who's struggling mightily.
No, high.
And now the 3-1.
Take your base.
And Panada's walked. So Farley walks the tying run. Here's Neil Shaw. He already has a homer, 4 RBIs this series. And here we go. Brennan Dickerson comes in as their closer here for the Marauders. I may have said Amira Williams before, and I do apologize. Right back to Dickerson, and that's it. 2 pitches, he's done. Marauders win 2-1. Huh. How about that? I think John on YouTube called it pretty early. That was game. Let's take a look here, folks, at the lines. Not much to talk about. 1-2-0 for the Olympians. 2-8-0 for the Marauders. Again, the Olympians held to 2 hits from these Marauders. Their pitchers are just on point. On fleek, even, as the kids say nowadays. Like nowadays, 7 years ago. Looking at the offense, we have Bernal with a hit and Hull with a hit, and that's it. So Panada did have 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks total on the Olympian side. Let's take a look now at the Marauders end of things. Honestly, not a lot of offense here either. Couple of big names, you know, folks with multi-hit games. Fuller, again, he's just, look at hitting 636. Ridiculous right now. 636 he's hitting. McLongthrow 2 for 3, Plows 2 for 3, and then hits from Pepperonis, who's hitting all of a sudden, and then Joaquin Buck as well. Of course, Buck, the difference maker there is Joaquin Buck and his 2-run homer into the harbor here at the Emerald Diamond. Only 2 strikeouts, 3 walks on their side. Brock Farley gets the win, 1.69 ERA with that win. That's fantastic. Of course, Fuentes gets the loss. Tough loss for her. Really pitched a good game. You have to give her credit. And then Dickerson with the save. Second save here of the playoff season. Top 3 players. We have Joaquin Buck, of course. 1 for 3 homer, 2 RBIs and a run. Brock Farley, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits. Only gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks. That's pretty darn good. Good on you, Brock Farley. And Adelmo Bernal, 1 for 2. He led the game off with a triple, so that was one of the big hits for the Olympians, and also scored a run. That was all the way back in the first inning, and it feels like forever ago, doesn't it? Holy cow. I cannot believe that is how things ended up there. Let's turn it back over to the booth. I'll give you a little preview of tomorrow's game. John says, certainly better than the last game. The Olympians are still playing too timid. They're more aggressive this game. Marauders in 5, but I think John is amending his earlier prediction. I agree, John, for sure. The Olympians, they came out swinging this game, and I'm sure Joe will chime in here too. Olympians came out swinging. They're a little more aggressive right out the gate, right off the bat. But no pun intended. But you know, just couldn't get it done. Really couldn't get it done.
Could not get it done.
If the Olympians don't get it figured out fast, they will get swept. And I don't know. What do you think there, Joe?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Good. Just wanted to make sure we had no technical difficulties.
I think I can hear you.
I think that I mean, it was a good game and it was close, but I gotta tell you, I have some concerns that the Olympians maybe don't quite know when it might be time to get a fresh arm in there. I wonder if they hadn't done that earlier, if they might have been able to make something more happen.
Or a pinch hitter for that case, and, you know.
Or a pinch hitter.
I mean, Marty Hull had a hit tonight. He had one of the 2 hits, but how about a pinch hitter every now and then? Kellen Getrek off their bench hit quite well all season. Why not throw him in there? I don't know. I don't know why they're not just using their bench and using their bullpen more efficiently. I mean, we saw Adam Bugles again. Has a 10 ERA. I think he has an 18 ERA now, so that's that's not good. So yeah, it's mind-boggling or mind-bottling, like your mind is in a bottle.
Mind bottled.
To quote the great Ron Burgundy. But yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand. They were hitting so well against the Rollers. They really were. They were, you know, well, I actually shouldn't say that because we did talk about that in the pregame. We did say that they had a lot of close games with the Rollers. Their offense needed to step it up a little bit. So that was one of the keys to the game. I don't know. I'm flabbergasted that the Olympians, I thought for sure out the gate, Bernal hits a triple to lead off the game, and I was like, uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Olympians are coming back. And then their bats went silent. Like, what is happening? What is happening in that dugout? And I think that's what they're asking themselves, too.
What do you think about having a one-run lead, taking chances like the Marauders did with that steal, and getting picked off at third base?
I don't know what was going on there. So, you know, you have a runner on second, 2 outs. Runner on second, 2 outs. I think it was a 3-1 count. And you're running? Why would you even do that? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you risk that? If you get a walk, then you have 2 outs, runners on first and second, and a better chance to score a run. I mean, it's a moot point now, but yeah, I don't know why you take that chance. I mean, Marty Hull is pretty darn good behind the plate and throwing batters out, or throwing runners out. So he's a pretty good rate on that. But yeah, I don't know why you would do that. That made no sense to me.
Yeah, I was dumbfounded with that.
Also,
I mean,
the caught stealing. I think it was Stetson Fuller.
Yeah.
Caught stealing too.
Yep.
Yeah, that shocked me. I mean, when you have a southpaw on, you have to really watch out for that. You have to, you know, kind of be on alert. It's actually a good question I have. I don't know if I don't think so, because this would get way too in the weeds of baseball. But I don't think balks are a thing in Super Mega Baseball 3.
I don't think so either.
Because that would get way too into the weeds with baseball rules and stuff. But nonetheless, you still have to pay attention. Yeah, that caught stealing. That was big.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was I think that happened before Buck's home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. But how about Joaquin Buck, the absolute jack into the harbor?
Heck yeah. Yeah, that was was quite a hit. He missed the whales, so that's good. He
Missed the
win.
we don't know if he missed any whales in the harbor.
This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. But I'll tell you what, I continue to be disappointed by Joy Trickster. I just want to see something happen there.
She has pop. Panada has pop too. That's the thing. Panada has pop. Trickster has pop. They just should be hitting better. I don't understand why they're not.
Well, maybe they will fare better on their home turf.
Yes. So
maybe, and that actually leads us to one of our questions here. Does the commissioner think that we are going to have a 3-game sweep, like a repeat of the Rhino Fellers?
The Rhino Fellers. The Rampage.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
them they're Rhino Fellers.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that query from Twitch. I think what's going to happen. Let me look at my notes. So Olympians play well at home. The Olympians play well at home against the Rollers. Steamrollers had home field advantage. Games 3 and 4, the Olympians won both of those games. Game 4, of course, they clinched. So, on their home turf, I think that the Olympians will step it up in front of their home crowd. And I don't think we're going to have a 3-game sweep. Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
We'll have to see. Yeah. Well, let's get a preview then of tomorrow night's game. We have. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say while you're doing that, I see another thing in here in chat that says I've been caught stealing once when I was 5. I enjoy stealing. It's just as simple as that. Well, it's just a simple fact. When I want something, I don't want to pay for it. I walk right through the door. think we have Jane's addiction in the house.
Jane's addiction, yes, yes. I wish Cooper was barking right now. That would have made it perfect.
I wasn't gonna try to sing it like Perry Farrell or Peripheral or however he'd like his name to be pronounced.
That was a great song. That was a great video too back in the day. Remember that video?
Was a great video, yeah.
Remember all the great videos that MTV used to play? Let's just talk about that for a second. Let's just talk about let's just forget about baseball right now and reminisce about music television.
Thank you, Luke, for taking us on that journey.
Yeah, that was a journey. I'm gonna go watch that video as soon as we're done here. So, Marauders and Olympians. Of course, we go to the Tiger Den, home of the Olympians for game number 3. Its Marauders can sweep it with 1 win. We have Flavio Yoft on the mound for the Marauders. 2-1, 16 Ks on the regular season, and the Marauders won the last game that he started. That was game number 2 versus them Rhino Fellers. And Wilder Bobbert, as I look at my notes, Wilder Bobbert is the 4th starter for the Olympians. He's not their best starter. He was 0-2 in the season with an 8.14 ERA. But he has pitched much better. Got the no decision last time, as we can see. He's pitched much better here in the playoffs, 4.15 ERA. And the Olympians won that game 3-2. That was game number 3 against the Rollers. So, we'll have to see how things pan out here. Look at Yoff's ERA real quick for me, folks. 15.43, 2.57 WHIP. What is happening, Flavio Yoft? I think that was actually all the 5 runs that the Rampage got. I think he gave them up in game number 2. So, yeah, Yoft's inflated ERA. He's a much better pitcher than that. So, maybe the playoffs get him rattled. We'll see. I predict. This is the commissioner's prediction. I predict that the Olympians are going to win the next game, which will be tomorrow night around 8 o'clock. Follow us on Twitter at Geek_Cheese for the exact time. I think 8:15 for pregame, 8:30 for the game should work out. If that works for you, Joey.
I'll get back to you on that.
We will get back to everyone on that. But yeah, I think we're gonna see the Olympians win. What? What are you saying? What happened?
I was just thinking. I had a question earlier from one of the fans too that I meant to address in pregame and I forgot. Now that you mentioned the moving back to the Olympians' home turf.
Yes.
They don't get a day off for travel. Is that how this works?
No days off.
No days off for travel. Okay.
No days off at all. We've been going since July 4th. The only time that we've had off was those couple of days in between. Couple of days in between series.
No rest for the weary.
Nope.
Yeah, no, that be interested to see how that pans out on their home turf.
Thank God these virtual players don't have a virtual union because this commissioner can't afford
it. Lootfac might call that a mutiny.
Yes. Yes, he would. Well, that is it for us here today, folks. Thank you so much for watching Cheese League Baseball and the Cheese Cup Series. Really appreciate 8:45 for pregame and 8:30 for the game. What is that?
Wait, shush, Jeb Dragon, shush. Just to let everybody know, I went out earlier and told her that pregame was 8:45, but the game started at 8:30. And I meant to say 8:15, but I messed it up and confused us both for a good long time. Good thing we got it all sorted out.
Yeah.
Anywho.
This booth is not equipped with a flux capacitor. We couldn't do that.
No, it's just not feasible. Nor practical.
Nope. But we will see you guys, all of our wonderful Cheese League baseball fans tomorrow here on Twitch and on YouTube for game number 3, Marauders versus Olympians. Marauders at Olympians this time at the Tiger Den. Again, follow us on Twitter at geek_cheese. That's where you'll find all of your Cheese League baseball news updates, schedule updates, all that fun stuff for tomorrow. Check back here on Twitch and on YouTube around 8 o'clock-ish. That's probably when we'll be streaming or making something happen. And be sure to follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube. It's all good stuff. All fun stuff. All right. Anything else there, Joey, from your end, from Geek Cheese headquarters south?
Nope. Well, see ya.
Big gulps, huh?
No.
Well, see ya.
All good from here. I'm excited to see how this plays out. So, see you all back here. Oh, don't forget, Geek Cheese does a whole bunch of other stuff too that you should check out. I don't know if you mentioned this.
Yes.
Yes. Bunch of other things going on. Games being streamed. We don't have a schedule per se, but there are a couple randomnesses happening.
Yep.
Off and on. So pay attention, hit your notification bells and things. Make sure you know when we're here and come hang out because it's a good time.
Absolutely.
We're having fun. So good stuff. That's
stuff
it for me.
Indeed. All right. Well, with Joey Provolone in the booth, and I'm your Commissioner Greg. Thank you so much. We'll see you folks tomorrow. Take care.
See you.